What up, what up? In this video today, I will be doing a low skin taper. As you guys can see, my guy here need me bad. He wanted it real short on top. Just to play it safe, I just threw on a bigger guard, which is a 3, and I'm going against the grain, just making sure he don't have no cowlicks, and I'm not trying to patch him, just playing it safe, just knocking everything down, just to see what I really have to work with on this canvas. He came in with his hair already washed as well. Man, I love clients that come in with their hair already washed. It makes my job a lot easier. Then I pick up my brush and now I'm just brushing everything down. His hair was just so used to sticking up. So I'm just brushing it down, preparing it to go right over it with my 1.5 guard, what you see me using now. And this should be your easiest step in the haircut. Do not spend all day knocking down the hair. This is literally be your easiest part. Just make sure you are cutting the hair the way it grows, and please make sure that you are paying attention to cowlicks, because you do not want to patch nobody. You don't want to ruin your day. You definitely don't want to ruin the client's day. So just take your time, man. Now we're gonna start on the neck taper, setting in my first initial ball guideline with my sabers. Then we're gonna go clipper open, going up about 1 inch. He giving me a decent amount of room to fade with back here, so I stretched it out a little bit. Then we're gonna start with the lever close. We're going up about 1 centimeter. As we see that line shift up, we're gonna gradually open up our lever. Once we are halfway in the notches, the line should be completely faded out. Now I throw on my 1 guard close, and I'm going up about 1 inch as well. His hair is growing sideways, so now you're gonna see me start to cut sideways. I have to cut the hair the way it grows in order to get it down to that desired length, which is a 1 guard. Then I throw on the 1/2 guard by wall, and I'm just going to go in the same motion as the hair is growing in order for me to start fading this line out. Then I'm going to close my lever up 1 notch, and I'm going to go a little bit lower in that guideline. Then you will see me close it up, and I'm just going to start to flick out the guideline. Then I throw on my 1.5 guard, and I'm starting open, and I'm going up about 1 inch. Once I set in this guideline, I will close the lever up, and I will start to soften up the bottom of that guideline, preparing to take it out with my next step. Then I throw on the Babyless 0.5 guard. Notice I skipped the 1 guard, and this is why I like this Babyless 0.5 guard a lot, because it acts as a 1 guard for me. You know, it details up my fade, it takes out my dark spots, and it also take out that line. And you notice that I'm always brushing when I'm fading, just to lay the hairs back down to see what I'm doing. Then I'm going to start on my side taper. I throw on the 2 guard just to debulk out my taper area. Then I set up my first guideline at the bottom of the C cup because it's a low taper. Then I go lever open, creating my first guideline. And this taper gave me some problems. It was super tedious and required a lot of detail work. As you can see, I'm having trouble setting in this guideline. The hair is growing all kind of ways. It don't want to cut. It's curling up as I cut it, but we just got to stick to our system. I start close, tapping at that guideline. As it shift up for me, I gradually opened up the lever. Once I am halfway on my lever, my line should be faded out. Then I throw on the 1 guard close, setting in my neck transition, and I'm trying to go up about 1/2 inch. As you can see, as I'm cutting it, it's just literally just cutting and it's curling right up in the direction that it wants to grow. So I'm just gonna use the corner of my blade and try to just set it in to that desired length. Then I throw on the wall half guard and I start halfway on my lever, and I'm just starting to feather out that line. And at this point, this is when I noticed that this taper is going to require a lot of detail work. And I wasn't trying to get frustrated. I wasn't trying to force anything. I just stayed with my system. You know, I'm not about to mess up this blend by forcing the blend in there. So I just stayed with my system and I just moved on. Threw on the 1.5 guard, and now I'm starting to soften up a little bit of that weight just to try to make the blend a little bit smoother and not look so bulky. Then I'm going to close up the lever all the way, and I'm going a little bit lower, starting to soften up that line. You may not see nothing, but it's there. Then I throw on the 1 guard, and I'm just going to use my corners, trying to take out that line. And as you can see, my taper it just look compressed. It don't look faded, and it's not looking the way I want it to look at this point in my system. Like at this point, my taper should be completely faded. I should be getting ready for detail work, but I'm just not at that point. I know I have to move on and continue on with the rest of the haircut. On this side, I'm just going to speed things up, chop it up with y'all a little bit. I just think it's really, really cool to sit here and show you guys that not every haircut is going to be easy. Not every haircut is going to come out the way you want it to come out. In all reality, everyone don't have good fading hair. Everyone can't get that picture perfect blend. All we can do is just give that client the best blend we possibly can. And that's something I try to provide every single time someone sits in my chair. I try to give them a great haircut. Even though this taper is giving me a hard time, I'm still locked in. I'm still trying to get this taper really, really blurry for him. Because I don't know about everyone else, but when I first started cutting hair and I was giving people bad haircuts, it didn't sit right with me. I couldn't sleep at night. It bothered me that I was giving people bad haircuts. So now I'm at a point where I know what I'm doing. I just can't give out no more bad haircuts. So I got to do everything in my power to make sure that I get my clients fresh every single time. Now I come in with some liquid razor holding spray, just spraying it on his edge area where I'm going to be using my liners at, and I'm brushing everything down. Now I'm going to start to line up his C-cup, start right at the bottom of his vertical bar, go right at the bottom of the C-cup, and I'm just going to draw in my C. Now when I'm lining him up, everything is going to come all the way together for me now. Now I can see exactly what I had to detail in this taper to make it pop. And now you see me, I'm going in detailing now. Now I can see the taper a lot better. This is why I moved on. This is why I wasn't stuck in one spot, because I knew once I line them up, I'll be able to see things a lot better. I'm going to line up his neck area. This is going to bring everything together when you start doing your lineup work. Go to the other side. Start at the bottom of the vertical bar, bottom of the C cup. You draw in your C. And once you finish lining up this area, you are able to see what your taper truly looks like and what you need to go in there in detail. And this is what I mean by don't get lost in the sauce. Go through your system. If it's not looking right, just move on. I only have 30 minutes to do this haircut. I don't have time just spending detailing on one side and spending 15 minutes on the taper when I know I can come back and I can detail once I throw the line on there. I'm able to see my dark spots. I'm able to see where it's weight at. Now we're going to jump right into the lineup. I start right in the middle for my balance, and I draw a straight line. I'm taking my time. I'm not trying to force this line in. And just try to make the straightest line you could possible. If you need to step back, if you need to go behind your client, look into the mirror to see if your line is straight, just do whatever you need to do to make this line straight and just take your time. As you can see, I'm working it in. I'm bringing this haircut all the way together. I go to the other side, and you see how I'm just taking my time. There's no need to rush when we are doing edge ups. I'm making my point. Now I'm trying to get this crispy as possible, not trying to push them back. And look at that taper. Like, just look at the lineup work and how everything came together. By staying patient, sticking to our system, and detailing. And this is how my boy came in looking. He needed a haircut bad, and I got him back in the game. Edge up is straight. Everything is nice and symmetrical. If you guys like what you've seen in this video, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know how I did, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's your boy More Phase, man. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'm out, ya.